Now that I've sexually confused you, let's talk about Werewolves Within. This is a movie that was just released this year, and in fact, it was actually produced by Ubisoft, because apparently it's based off of a game, and I thought it was the werewolf card game, which I've played several times. I've never been the wolf, but I've always died, because other people always think I am the wolf. Maybe it's the hair. But no, it's actually in fact based on this game. What the fuck is this game? The film follows a very well-spirited, very by-the-book ranger coming to this new town. In the town, he meets a very quizzical group of strangers. In fact, actually, there's very few people who live in this town. There's an oil company dispute happening. One of the people who live in the town happens to be the oil guy who's trying to get the land for the oil company, while there are some other people who disagree with it. You also have the town rednecks and the town very, very hard right, I guess, and there's some pretty good jokes with them. One of the jokes is there's a salute that happens and the guy raises the left hand and the sheriff's like, never the left. And the guy responds, yeah, that's my kind of guy, never the left. And someone's like, that's not what he meant. And that is an example of the witty humor that is in this film. If you watch the trailer, you kind of get more of a horror style vibe from this film, but in fact, it's more kind of like akin to The Clue, trying to figure out who the murderer is, and in fact, if there actually is a werewolf. The film really plays with you in terms of where it's going, and anytime you would question a normal horror movie kind of trope, like, hey, why don't they do this? Or why did they do that? The film actually does it for you. The characters will either address that, or in fact, they will in fact do those things that you were saying for them to do. And the film definitely benefits from that in terms of a unique experience, because when it does fall into some horror tropes, you're almost very willing to forgive them. If anything, you're going to very much be able to predict them. I really enjoyed the cast in this movie. All of the characters are really funny to watch. They're very, very entertaining, and they all have fantastic lines. I really enjoyed the main guy in this film. He was in the Tomorrow War film, which is just a piece of poop in my opinion. Everyone just kept on talking about how good this guy was, and I was like, okay, I really want to see a film that really kind of delves into his comedic experience, and this film does that in spades. While at the same time, and definitely the inspiration for the opening of this video, we have the at&t girl. She delivers the mail in this town, and the chemistry between her and the ranger is really, really good in this film. I really enjoy the banter between the two, and just the overall chemistry. They're very well written. And also, I absolutely love the scene that I'm referencing at the beginning of the review. I saw the sign in my head for the last week. I literally cannot get it out of my head. I've been listening to it on repeat. Are there any detractors from this film? I would maybe say there's about two things that you're going to predict very early on. One of them, actually, and I will be very much honest, it's not really a criticism of the film. It's more so a personal opinion. I actually don't like how it ends. I don't like the direction it goes, because I was really hoping it didn't go that way. Even though it makes sense in terms of how the film is definitely playing against tropes, I just didn't like it. That's a personal opinion. It's not going to subtract at all from the review score, but I still very much would recommend this film. You're going to be laughing a lot, you're going to be enjoying the twists, you're going to be enjoying the turns, and really you're going to be enjoying this film because it is a little bit of a different experience from what you're used to. It's more of a quizzical thriller slash horror comedy, if anything. The horror elements are not as in-depth into this film as you would think. It's definitely kind of one of those more witticism sort of things. So in the end, I'm going to give Werewolves Within a 5 out of 7. I really enjoyed this movie, even though I don't particularly agree with the ending. I will still say that it has a decent ending, if not very, very easy to see coming. So in the end, guys, that's all from me. If you enjoyed this review, leave a like, and if you're interested in more, subscribe. And if you guys would like to support a good cause, my buddy Emilio over on the channel Citizens is once again doing his October charity stream. This time it is for the First Nations Development Institute. The charity stream will be starting on October 23rd at 1 p.m. Pacific time, so if you guys want to check that out and see what you can do to help, and you also can get some prizes from it, check out the link in the description below. In the end, guys, I hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you guys next time.